was uploading some. I fell asleep for maybe 10 minutes, and it was enough to be like, I think I'm awake. I think I will stream. I think might as well. My nocturnal schedule is so funny to me. Because I just end up being awake for just a long time. I know it comes up a lot on stream because it's always like, dude, it's like, well after midnight. What are you doing? It's like, no, I'll probably still be up in the morning. It's crazy. But it's fun, right? Hi. Um, oh, hi. Y'all. Y'all, what's up, you guys? How is there just like, okay, swear to God, there was just, it's, it's all right, whatever. You're still not banned. Some people, listen, some people this, some people that. You a little bit of yours, I'm a little bit of mine. I mean, we have bad days. What the fuck, y'all? Um, yeah, I think it's 50 generally speaking. I cut it. Shut the fuck up, Dom. Um, y'all are cute. What are y'all doing up? The giggly energy is like y'all are excited that I'm streaming right now because you have nothing else to do and no other streamers to watch. You're like, thank God, because I'm awake right now. But yeah, I did cut some dead ends off, some inches. I'm in my ovulatory cycle, so my hair goes, but when I get out of it, it goes, and it looks better when it's than when it's like this. It's like very like 90s, like what's that song that just came to my mind? I can't think of it. It's not Kiss Me. It's not um can't think of it. Not the Joan of Arc. Yeah. Like Joan of Arc or Aphrodite. Did it do. Hi. Oh, thank you. The high above me, she's so lovely, and she's so high, high above me. She rocks fancy free. I don't know the word. Y'all, you know how yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, I like the 90s. Like, it's not Lifehouse, but somebody like Lifehouse who covered that song, right? That's a great cover. I don't even know who does it originally. I love that guy in the 90s that covered it. Probably one of my favorite. I would put that in this nostalgia category. Like, I'd add that to the nostalgia playlist because that song, when I hear it, takes me back to a certain good feeling of the 90s that not every song has. But some songs have memories tied to, you know? Yeah. A lot of music can heal people. My music probably, well, sometimes could probably heal people. I think my song to the siren is healing, but I did okay, so yesterday, y'all, last night, really. It was like about 24 hours ago at this point. Oh my god, stop. I love the Goo Goo Dolls, but no, not the vibe. So like 24 hours ago, I was like, oh, y'all, do you think I could do this mixtape in 10 days? And we are like, okay, maybe, but should you? So I'm thinking maybe 20 days. Because I was like, 8/18 feels like a good day to drop the mixtape. But then 8/28, also equally okay day, but like, no, I like Leo season. Leo season was the music thing, right? Yeah. James Patrick March, Evan Peterson, season 5 of American Horror Story Cult. Definitely. Um, so I started with one song. I wrote it, practiced it. I had to read it because I know the Kendrick version too well, like way too well. Um, and I had to read what I wrote, or I would just keep reciting his lyrics. So like, this is take two. Because take one was 3 tries, but I couldn't get all the way through because I kept fucking up the words because I started singing, "King of everybody went," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's damn it, start over." So I only did 2 takes all the way through, and this is the second take that I used in the song. But I love it. It goes a little too hard in some ways. The video I took of me recording it is hilarious because it's just, like, insane. It's like, oh my god. I watch it, and I did not feel like I was channeling anybody by any means. But that shit, I was like, "I guess I still got it." So um, check out the song. I actually have to roll ads anyway. Totally forgot about that. So we can get the timer on the clock. And it's 5 minutes, 55 seconds. Boom. So welcome to the chat. We'll come back. I don't know that I'll do tarot. It's kind of late. It's been a long day. Well, I made a song and I did some personal readings, which you can book on the website. So you can listen to the song on the homepage. And then if you go to the Mystico page, you can book your own reading or you can look at some of the cards and decks that I have. If you ever request a deck on here, I'll do a little shuffle. But again, it's just I'm starting kind of late tonight. So rolling the ads, being right back. Don't know how long I'm gonna stream. I just was like excited about things. See you in 3 minutes. All right, what's up, y'all? How's it hanging? How you doing? How's your night been? How's your morning going? How's your afternoon? What's your evening like? Evening like? I said evening like. Um, did you hear my new song? I'm very tempted to share the video. It doesn't have music to it, which makes it even more intense. And then watching me like it's crazy. I don't know. I watched it once and I was like, yeah, that's pretty intense. Um, so yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I don't know that I really feel like doing tarot though. I feel like it's just been on. I just did a reading, like and recording all day. Uh, what's up though? Y'all lurking. I don't know what I ask me anything, but I don't know. Nobody's asking me either. You're not asking. I'm not telling. How's it going though? I mean, I can't even think of anything. Sometimes there's random topics that I think of. I'm like, oh, I should discuss that on stream. There's something recently. Um, it was this fake idea. Okay, some of y'all will like this and some of y'all won't. I draw such a diverse crowd, I think, you know. But I was thinking about how men get very sensitive at the topic of like men and the response being not all men. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I implore you to rationalize that like 90% of people in charge are men. And that's like basically where that stems from. It's not a perfect science, it's not exact data. Nobody's accusing anybody of anything, but it's just one of those things where you should be able to assess the general situation and the ratio, right? The sheer ratio of people fucking things up versus how many of them are men. People fucking shit up versus how many of them are non-men. So like just an example. And then you think that's the macro, let's check out the micro. See how those same men hold power in their own worlds or men like them hold positions in their own worlds. Yeah. So you have to just think trickle down economics, we'll talk trickle down politics. If men are like 90% in charge, that's where some of those needs or things come from. Okay. That was a random thought I had today. It was really unprompted too. It was sort of like a laughing moment where I was like, ah, that's a teachable thing. That's a teachable way to put that. Is like you should be able to be smart enough to assess the very mm, um, statistics of men's presence in things, which does include bad things. Which, you know, so anyway, other than that, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. I kind of just jumped on here because, like, I was uploading the video, um, getting late and kind of fell asleep. Woke back up and was like, oh, I'm awake, I'll stream. And there's also, well, we were talking about doing the Jerry Garcia's Dead Day, and it was sort of like, I was like, not feeling it. No one else, they weren't feeling it. I checked in with them all day, the Grateful Dead gang. Didn't really give anybody's. Jerry was like, yeah, I will, but I don't see the point. Seems like a lot right now. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. Let's just skip it. So we're not doing that. Um, and Now I really just have the road to nowhere stuck in my head. I'm kind of covering that one too, just because it's fun. I was singing it a lot recently, thinking about it a lot recently. So I just like did. Hi, did you get my email? We know where we're going. Thank you. It's pretty intense, right? I like it though. You want to see the video or no? You would just lose probably all attraction for me. That's how men are. Um, no, why did I? Where did that come from? But it's true. It's scary. Like people already tell me, "Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Perfect." Um, no, it's funny because I release stuff like that, like this song. I like it a lot. I think it's really good. Like I'm very impressed. The words pretty funny. Kept me cracking up. The song itself, I've been practicing that song for years. 16, 16. My breath work on that thing is insane. The hardest thing was remembering what the fuck the lyrics were. So even though I was reading it, I was like, fuck, dude. It's like I said, the first take, I tried. Okay, good, 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 good. Ew. That's why I rock my bags. I like draw attention to my bags. I kind of take on the whole corpse bride vibes, right? 'Cause I'm like, I talked to dead people and they told me that we're in love. And living people are like, what? Until it's like too late. And then they're like, damn, that's what she meant. It's like, yeah. All right, though, moved on. Exactly. Designer. Um, so I'm like, yes, corpse bride. I should look that way, right? Um, mm, yeah. So weird. Disruptive. Number six, I'm guessing. It was, hmm, that's interesting. It was fine. The Lionsgate felt like buzzing, right? And then as soon as it closed, it was like, all right, locked and loaded. Like really intense stuff. Um, um, happened yesterday too. I'm wondering if it's the same person comes on here and just wants me to sort of be speechless or caught off guard or like see how I will react to certain information in a sense. Ah, okay. That's crazy. I feel like if I was out more, I would maybe feel the same way. And it feels almost like I'm having maybe not even near death experiences, but perhaps the ego death experience, you know, being shed into nothing. Um, which is to some extent the cycle of life, but obviously I believe in the ego intact to some degree. As being nice to it instead of feeding it poison. Um, but at this point, it's like, sure, take it all. See who I am when you take everything from me. Go ahead. This is sort of what the song's about, yeah? I don't, what is it? Hungry with a full plate? That's, yeah, that's not, that's not about me, you know? I'm giving a full plate, fed 'em from the bottom of the belly. Fed 'em from the bottom. In the belly of the beast. I'm like a peasant. Not your prince. But the motherfucking queen. Yeah. It does feel like it's so weird the past week. So we were talking like I don't know, shit got kind of serious. I noticed one of the tarot girlies I know uh, shared something about how this part of Venus in retrograde would feel the most intense of all. And it's kind of like they explained why astrologically. And I do feel the full moon was only a few days ago, was it not? I mean, it just feels like people who complain about time going too fast and like, what do y'all do in a day? Because it's just like so much in a day. It is so much. Even my off days, my days of rest, like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, look, like, that's crazy. It's been so slow. It's been like the longest fucking days of eternity the past week. The heat of summer, the Lion's Gate season, the art of it all. So fucking funny. It's 2021, 21 when I saw the clock. Um, yeah. So, I'm just quiet now. Like, I come on here and I still streamed for like over 5 hours the past 2 nights. So quiet is subjective because it's like you still are very vulnerable, bare your whole soul, speak your mind, tell people way too much information online. So what do you mean you're not? You're being quiet. Um, because there's things I could be louder about. There's things that I would normally express more. There are feelings that could be moved through that feels less of a need to move through them. Some people's lesson is that they never learn their lesson and they die so that they do. And like that's just on period. And that's what's so funny is you see how these bizarre near death experiences. I'm guessing you are someone who would learn from one. But if you had more than one, it's what lesson are you not learning? That death will teach you, yeah? Because that's what I learned from John Lennon. He said anything that you don't learn in life, you will learn in death. Because, life does not teach you as much about death as death teaches you about life, by even a close margin. In life, we're very confused and detached and have no real proof of idea of what death even entails or holds for us. But in deaths, of course, all the secrets and unknown factors of life become realized and obvious even to us, our very eyes, or lack thereof. A very beautiful way of thinking, I think, psychedelia of the mind, of beauty and of the mind. Um, but it's funny because, seeing things in this way isn't necessarily a functional way of being, you know, hearing that damn fucking country song. It's a quarter after one. I feel like it was stuck in my head the past couple days, but now, like it's just funny to come on here. It's probably just that I remind someone of that song now because we were singing it yesterday. Oh, that's hilarious. Um, I can talk about death very candidly, and it seems callous and morbid. And I get that, and maybe I'm next. I'm sneezing when I say that. Well, good luck to me, I guess. Maybe I wasn't as good of a person as I'd hoped. But either way, perhaps it is just the ego. That'd be a great remix. Nice. What movie? Country road to nowhere. Take me home. I should redo my cover. Oh, it's cute. Country road to nowhere. Take me home. Cute. I love that. I don't know. E-persona. Jesus Christ. Am I getting bullied again? What do you want? I'm sorry. I should have checked when that account was made before I started accusing them of nefarious purposes. Why? Okay, thank you. Why? Who is this? Listen, thanks. I'm someone who can exist with or without it, but it's appreciated. Any reason in particular you're on here saying these things? How do you know? Sorry if it sounds like I'm crying right now. I just sneezed a couple times. It was like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna die. Death might be calling me. No, I think I would have a bigger sign, but actually we've talked so many times, maybe it would be subtle. I hope the divine is always on our side, anyways. Thank you. I actually do not want to be strong anymore. Thank you so much. I think I will be so weak I am meek once more. I think humility calls my name in the same way it always did, and I will walk and walk and walk until I feel no pain, so that I will end suffering. I think. Got on my Jesus tip. Something about the way you said that. Isn't that funny? Life is difficult. Gotta make it a lot. Good fun. Because I would be doing the ripping the fingers. Who is this? Thanks, hound dog. We were going hounds of love, not hound dog, but thank you. What? The Venus in retrograde be hitting people hard, yo. I think you should watch the Barbie movie and eat some butter popcorn. I was really happy that the Barbies I went with got popcorn because I do not think of that stuff when I go to things like the movies because I very rarely go to the movies. Yeah, and it was not. That's what I'm saying. People who complain about time moving and the passage of time going so quickly really blow my mind because it's like, what are you doing to squander your days away? Because I enjoy most moments of my day. And that shit lasts forever, dude. Like this shit is infinite. I know it's been like 30 years already. And in some ways it's like, wow, it doesn't seem like much happened, but then in other ways it's like, dude, if I think of every moment that has ever existed, which I probably could, um, that's a lot of stuff, you know. Mm. Here's a topic of interest. I heard a reading today. Sometimes, when people like to put TV on in the background, I get a little too engaged with like storylines and plots. And I don't really like podcasts, so I'll just like put tarot readings on. So I won't always catch a whole message. I won't always listen to the thing super intently. Sometimes I'm playing music simultaneously if I need to like overstim for whatever reason. Is that a thing that people do? Is like overstimulate? I know there's such thing as being overstimulated, and that's usually by accident, but sometimes I'm like, wow, I could really just go for an overstimulation right now. And then I'll like turn on all the lights and play a bunch of sounds over each other and do things, multitask. Is that what's that about? Does anybody know about that? I was just curious. I just irrelevant, but anyway, I caught one bit of this reading. It's the only thing I really remember from it, and it wasn't really that relevant to the reading as much as it was just this woman casually mentioning it. Is she said that she just got rid of all of her past memories, basically. Not really saying that. She was saying, like, I just, because I don't identify with the past anymore, I have let it go so much that I just, like, it's not there anymore. And I'm like, do I lack that ability having a photographic memory? It exists, it's there. Is it just a detachment from it? Is it just knowing it's a mirror? Is it feeling like it's not a place that exists or that you can go back to? Or is the detachment essentially cutting yourself off from the time travel that exists within memory, right? And so in my pursuit of science, was I holding myself back in that sense? Because what she said, again, wasn't really supposed to be that important. She was just sort of more saying, for people who get out of bad situations to help them move on from those situations to like forget these things. But I considered it deeply because of my photographic memory. And I do move on from things quickly, but maybe not deeply. I'll go very far and I'll go very fast, but I'll always be willing to reconcile because I'm like, oh, well, maybe it was my bad. And now I'm learning to see whose bad it is before I leave to quit returning. So the need to know what has happened in the past helps guide us in the present to create the best future. So it's not that I am so stubborn that I could not be convinced I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time, obviously. Talking about that yesterday. I had to be okay with being wrong. I'm not shit. I get nothing. I'm a loser. My bad. Fuck it, dog. Let's do rap. How the fuck else you about to make it out the fucking places you're stuck in, situations that become, hey, you gotta cut people off. You gotta cut people off. All right, well, now you cut so many people off. You don't even know where you are anymore. Okay, well, anybody smoking a cigarette outside? I don't want to say on a roof. And I don't. It doesn't smell or taste like a cigarette, but it's not a vape and it's not a joint. But it's acting sure like a cigarette. So it was interesting to hear her say that she just like it's not there. I'm like, that seems ignorant and slightly narcissistic, right? If you were in an abusive alcoholic relationship for 12 years, what part of you within that relationship that you are also denying, ignoring, and repressing, and therefore not holding accountable? Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, dummies. Why do you think I get up here and talk about my woes? Because I also talk about my foes, talk about how I got here and what I did and how it goes, and all the things in my hands and the way, from what I understand, how I affected deflected, projected, disrespected. People, places, things, whatever I was doing. Yes. Those bad things have been done upon to me because I was doing badly. Yes. That's the purpose of most of these lessons. That is my integrity, my honesty, my radical truth is of myself and not just of other people or of big lessons, metaphors. No, I live it. I come on here, I reconcile. Okay. So excuse yourself if you can't see that. Right. In a dream, I was a werewolf. Uh, Something to reiterate from yesterday. For some reason, it's popping into my mind now to be reiterated. Yes. Um, 36, 36. So maybe you're 36 years old. Pain is not love. This came up last night. Pain is not love. Love is not pain. It, Suffering does not belong in love. If somebody says you should endure pain and suffering in the name of or for the sake of love, they are lying. They do not know what love is. That's not love. No way. They're like the opposite. Love is joy. Pain. Huh? Okay. But hear me out. Love is hurt. Love is hurt. Love will hurt. Love is hurting. Because love's healing. Uh, if love can heal, then it also can hurt. And because it hurts, it can heal. But pain is different than hurt. Suffering is different than hurt. Those are way too long term, way too deep of emotions. Should not be feeling that type of way. The emotion is love. You do not need the emotion of pain or the emotion of suffering. You need not anything but the emotion of love. So to have feelings of hurt or feelings of healing or feelings of this and that, sure, 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 sure. But pain and suffering do not belong in love. Anybody who devotes their pain and suffering to their relationships in love and vice versa, that's just they decided not to figure it out before they got in. That's how I would put that. They did not figure it out before they got in, so that's okay. Let them be them, and you be you. I just had to tell you that. I also feel like there's a couple teachings that I wrote down the past couple days. Might just be one. I know I was reading. I think I'll just read the most recent page of the little book. Little book, big teachings. I'd rather stay in the trenches and fight a war with honor amongst my brothers than suck the dick of an ivory tower. That ended up being controversial for the chat last night. but not in the ways that you would think of like the political fury behind the quotation, but rather the literal translation of it. So, oh, actually, it's funny that I said this right now because I wrote this down, and of course I did this, so like in some way it's like I remembered, but it is funny because you'd be like, you just said that, and I'd be like, yeah, I didn't realize that's what I wrote down. Love is not pain, pain is suffering, and love is not suffering. But sometimes love hurts because love is healing. What hurts, let's heal. Simpler version of what I just said. That's nice. I love this little book. You too? So, what up? Can't believe it's been 40 minutes already. As we just talked about, oh my God, time is so slow. And then I turn around and I'm like, wow, that 40 minutes went by fast, you know? And that's the thing. Do people who have that detachment of memory or lack of memory feel like time goes so much faster? And do I feel like time moves slower because I am so immersed into it? You know what I mean? Like, because I have such a strong tie to memory and visualizing, that is it like time effectively moves slower in that way, if that makes sense? Because it's like it's still there, and so if it's not there to have a frame of reference of like, oh wow, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Whereas people are like, oh, I forgot that happened. They're less aware of the moment because of, you know what I'm saying? Like because of their need to be in the moment. Hmm? Love does not equal pain. So, is somebody like right now? Because I just did the little with my arms and it just felt like the fuck. Da, 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 da. Gosh, some guys are just goofy guys, huh? Some really fun guys just love to have fun and be guys, so they're just like fun guys. Yeah, yeah. Somebody out there's a super fun guy. I bet. I felt them as soon as you got in here. Number five. What's good? You should stick around. You want me to put the colorful light on? It hold up. It looks pretty cool. Give me a second. You'll love it. It'll be worth it. Or if anybody has like a, yeah, isn't that cool? Or is it too much? That one's really bright. It feels like it's nice. Ooh, trippy. Sorry. I don't know why I feel like putting people on blast sometimes. I don't feel like it. I feel it. So, what up? I don't know why I'm very squinty eyed today or tonight. And the thing is, I love being outside. I love sitting and roasting in the sun. I do wear tinted glasses most of the time, but it was a cloudy day. I didn't wear my glasses at all, actually. And it's nighttime. So, yes, this light is bright, but it's like not as, it's not any brighter than it ever is. I'm just feeling this squinty eyed energy, and it's not the same as a tired energy. It's almost like being side eyed by somebody. Oh, and now we got seven people. Somebody came in here like this. Huh? I don't know if you got bad eyes. Like literally, we're having a hard time seeing the small ass screen. Seeing me? Is it? It's me. It's me. No, it's definitely me. Hello, it's me. Okay. If you're having a hard time seeing, but if somebody came to like just stare. 444. Yeah, it's that one. gosh. Okay. Well, hello. I'm here and I look adorable. Oh, look at this though. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, you can dance. You can jive. Having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl. Watch that scene, taking the dancing queen. Sorry about my voice. I was rapping today. If you haven't already listened to my new song, you definitely should. It's on the homepage, and it's my take on King Kunta, Queen Kunta. Super exciting stuff. I love it. It's gonna be on the mixtape that I'm working on in the next 10 to 20 days. We'll see how it goes and how patient I get. Um, our newcomers did not enjoy the show, unfortunately for them, because now that I've brought the bling out, I don't want to put it back away. It looks so good in the rainbow light, right? I was a little chilly, that's why I was wearing this. It was not for aesthetic, but for aesthetic, I will be a little chilly at this point because it's just like, wow, that is nice. Oh gosh, are we having too much fun? I'm having fun by myself. Nobody's even talking to me. Um, yo, I fucking kind of hate being psychic. Okay, so like, can't backpedal though. Can't just like undo it. Can't just be like, never mind, I'm joking. I went that route. Ooh, it does not work. It does not work. Does not work. Does not fix problem. Does not pass go. But it's these little kind of instances where it's like I'm laughing along with someone who's not laughing out loud. It's like a rando on a stream I don't know or whatever, but it's fine. Like I'm doing it voluntarily, right? And y'all are voluntarily being here, right? So that's fun and cool and mutual. Fun and cool and mutual. Um, Pretty funny though, isn't it? Isn't it? It's kind of funny. Um, yeah, psychic, bro. I don't even know. It is hard to fathom. It is very trippy. It is very much like confusing. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. I hope you get some good, sweet dreams. And I love you so much. Maybe you were my squinty eyed queen. And it wasn't like a staring, like you were like just literally falling asleep. That would make sense too. Unless it wasn't like that. Anyways, I'm not going to make you answer. Appreciate you being here as always, my very human friend, Gregor. Love you, Hex Girl. Um, just babbling, by the way. It's chat mode. And again, sometimes I realize I'm carrying on conversations that people aren't like having with me, but I know are having with me. And like the people who come on here and actually chat with me will just like affirm the conversation by talking to me. And so it puts me in this awkward position where people know this about me, right? And so if they wanted to frame me as insane, incompetent, crazy, mental, it'd be very easy to do that by doing things like this, by coming on here, sitting here, thinking something, knowing I'm going to hear it, knowing I'll say it, knowing I'll respond to it, but saying nothing to make it look like I'm in some kind of spell and I'm talking out loud to no one and nothing when in reality, we've seen it time and time again to people who do talk back and do participate and are having the conversation with me. Great example is like when I say something and it seems random or like I'm answering a question, and because there's a delay in the chat, I will get a message asked of somebody asking that exact question that I just answered 10 seconds before I got the message. And it's like they had already typed it and asked it, so I answered, but I didn't physically see it till a minute later when I had already answered for them. And then we both go, whoa, that's weird because neither one of us really know how that goes and happens. It was pretty wild. And this is oddly specific to be explaining. If I stream all the time, I stream every night. Right. Because this isn't so odd or so specific. It's actually just somebody being curious about what I'm doing, how I do it, what it is, what it looks like, why it looks like that, etc. I'm guessing it's number 5. I feel like the first 4 people here were my usual lurkers slash regulars and friends and chatters. Number 5 feels like the new guy who's like amazed about the Dancing Queen thing, because the dancing was beautiful, but also Dancing Queen was very relevant to you today. And you're like, dude, what the fuck? You could be, can't be 17, I don't think, on my channel anymore, unless you have your things all lied about. Um, so you're wondering if how this stuff works. I don't really fucking know. Got a vague idea on a scientific level and a spiritual level, but other than that, like no solid evidence of any kind of proof. No. Other than just like again, people say, "Hey, yep, spot on, accurate." I could never let you go. Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. My, will I ever let you go? Mamma mia, now I really know why. Just how much I miss you. I don't know, I got it all. Why did I ever let you go? I was sad because all the songs are so romantic, and then you're like, oh no, ABBA is two couples that became 2 divorced couples. And that's why you don't make music with your spouses, folks. You got me there. Got, got me there. Barbie. It's a Barbie. Okay. Oh, we love the Carpenters. My aunt liked the Carpenters. I was like young, but my mom being a registered nurse, like in the children's wing and the ER, so sick, dying kids and like graphic stuff. It's just, being around us with a faint heart. So my aunt was just like obsessed with the Carpenters, loved Karen. She just like, I knew what happened to Karen Carpenter way back in the day. I never really like got into, I shouldn't say got into, it's like a whole disorder, but I was always very terrified of being affected by things like anorexia because of Karen Carpenter. And I listened to the Tunic song today, which was for Karen Carpenter, written by um, Jim Gordon of Sonic Youth. So funny you would bring that up. And the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Mm, that was great. Okay. That's all I know is the chorus. I'm sure I used to know the whole thing. She would just have us listen to it and be like, okay, everybody, let's sing. I'm on top of the world. And no wonder I am the way I am, right? She was, yeah. She's still alive, so she is, but hell yeah. So this ABBA Barbie situation is great because it's like oh, it's a Barbie. And you're like, where? What Barbie? And you're like, no, it's a Barbie. And then the Barbies come out going, you can dance. All I know is dance. I'll be honest, I think it's sad that Barbie doesn't end up with Ken. Sorry about the spoilers. I think everybody knows that by now. I think it's sad. what happens to Ken? He's still just Ken. And that's depressing. He's like, it's not even his Mojo Dojo Casa house anymore. He's just back to square one. Like, that's kind of a shitty ending. I've never had a palm reading. Asking. I mean, good for Barbie. She deserves better than somebody who would like do that to her or whatever, but it's just still kind of sad. It's like more sad for Ken, I think, than Barbie, isn't it? Even though like he rejected her first. That's like the whole point. Um but yeah, why are you asking? I've had some people who can read poems like take a glance at mine or learning to read. Um if you've come to tell me that I'm going to die soon, I'm quite aware that that's a real possibility. I made a joke about it earlier and I sneezed 2 times and I was like, oh shit, I might be next. Damn. Who knew? Oh god, maybe my poems. Oh, I have a really fucking long one. I don't know if it's my fate line, but there's a line in my head that's very long, and then the other ones are all short around it, I do think. But I have this fun thing where I extended mine. That's actually so I dropped a new song today. It's like a cover rewrite for my mixtape that hopefully will come out in the next like few weeks. But I don't know. I don't have it done. I still have to write 2 of the songs, re-record 2 of them, and decide what the last one's gonna be. So like the first draft of the first song out of the 6 that's supposed to be on the mixtape might not come out in 10 days. But I made a joke about living past the age of 27 in my new song. Uh, because I just always assumed, and I guess I just wasn't actually cool enough or successful enough at 27 to just like clock out and be in the club, which was kind of like, oh, bummer, because a bunch of injuries, but I'm okay now, obviously. And it's cool. I'm glad I didn't necessarily just clock out at 27. But when that happened, where I was on the chopping block and almost did die at 27, I got this like scar. We've talked about this. I got this scar. Um, can't really see it, but like raised. Yeah. It goes straight into like this little spot that like breaks off into every line in my palm, basically. So I think I extended my life, maybe changed my fate. It's kind of one of those things, I guess. I don't know what those things are, but here we are. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Um, sorry if that was too not what you were looking for. It's been a weird stream night. It's only been an hour? Okay, isn't it funny how literally not even a full 20 minutes ago, I was like, wow, it's already been 40 minutes. And now I'm like, it's only been an hour? I will fucking switch on you, bro. I will switch on you. So I have 10 minutes until we have to roll the ads. I'm not doing any tarot tonight. Y'all can listen to the song though. I'm just gonna roll the ads now because we're at the hour and it'll just like be easier to remember when it comes up on the hour later. So be right back. 3 minutes and then we'll chat more. Welcome to the stream. Please feel free to stick around. Not really doing any tarot. Kind of too tired, but we can definitely talk about it. And you can book your own reading once again on the website. Ask Blake. He had a rockin' good reading. So be back in 3. Thank you, Blake. That's lovely. And he actually got a love reading, pink deck reading. And it probably was not exactly what he was expecting, if I'm being honest. But guarantee it's what he needed. Good for that. I am good for that. So, how's it going? What's the weird face? Who's making faces? Not one of my usuals. What is this? That damn song. And I don't know how I can do without. I just need to know. I was kind of saying this earlier, and I feel like I dropped off and didn't finish the thought. Is that like I'm already so intimidating, according to like literally everyone is just like, I don't know, you're just intimidating. 444, which Stooky Stackhouse conundrum and Jason Stackhouse conundrum at the same time. So like, totally get it. Um, Sookie can read minds, but Jason's like the most beautiful boy in Bon Ton. So you know, duality of man is that I'm a fairy and a fuck boy, you know? So that's good. Um, the conundrum. Intimidation. It's Scorpio rising, Aries placements in general. Yeah, I get it. But then like I put out like a hard ass I wouldn't call it a diss track. It's not really supposed to be a diss track. And if it is a diss, it's to literally everyone who has remained in my life for like years on end, just like watching and lurking and just like not really being into anything that I'm into or about me or me in general. And they just like watch and watch and watch. And it took me a long time to realize they were doing it because, like, why would you do that? It's so bizarre. But hey, got nothing better to do, I guess. Go for it. So weird. Um, So if it's a diss track, it's to the Gawker Stalker kind of crowd or energy, not just on the Twitch stream. Um, but yeah, it's pretty. Um, I think so. I want to talk about aging again. Somebody must come on here and just like existential crisis all night long, and they're getting older and blah 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 blah. I don't know. Wow, and the number just changed. Yeah. So when it comes to aging, 55555. Um, First of all, you're beautiful. Like, first of all, you are gorgeous. So fret not of age because who cares? Think of it this way. Think of it this way. The first way I like to think of age is that human beings are of the youngest creatures on the planet. I mean, fucking turtles outlive humans, okay? Let alone trees or, you know, I, I don't know, volcanoes. I can't think of that many other examples of things that outlive humans on planet Earth. But once you get off of planet Earth or factor in planet Earth itself, okay, something that's been here for, as we looked up the other night, over 4.5 billion years, and definitely not a trillion years. Really, time is a lot. So, in comparison to everything else, an infinitely expanding, ultimately perpetually existing universe, we are extremely young. Trees being, as old as they get, older than we know, you know, things in the ocean. God, can't even go down there, right? So there's a lot of stuff, stars in the sky, that's like, can't even go there. Can't even fathom how old that stuff is. So when you think of aging, right, you can restrict yourself to a very planetary humanistic perception of what aging is and what it means. Or you could take on a more universal understanding of aging and perhaps recognize that you defy your own laws of gravity in that way. Okay. Because to think of it like, oh, I'm old. Yeah, for human, I guess. But anything else in the universe gets like three, four, maybe 400 times the amount of time we get to become what it is, right? So give yourself some grace and stop thinking of like a time as an age as a thing at all. You know what I mean? Like that seems weird. Second way to think of it is you just literally never know when life is going to end, right? And so many people die young, you know. So many people die young, too soon, blah blah blah. Um and this is very smooth part of my arm. I don't know. I was thinking about that. It's weird, right? I don't know what that was about. Um so people die young and people live be very old. And the thing is, none of us really truly know when our time's going to come. Some people take matters into their own hands, but that's not to say that that's always going to have been what divine plan would have planned. Yeah. So I just, how could you fathom aging if you don't really know how old you're going to get? What process of aging is it if you don't have like an expiration date, right? You have an expiration, but there's no date. So who's to say that you're going to get old when you turn 30 if you live to be 100, right? You may not get old until you're 60. So when it comes to aging, it's just like what arbitrary sort of like comparison are you holding to the idea of aging, right? Because in universal terms, you're very young and you're going to die young. You're going to die a baby of this universe. 111 on the clock. And if you're talking on like the opposite end of the scale, and you are humanly intrinsic value, then if you don't really know how long it's going to be, you have no perception of how old you are, right? Because you'd have to know what age you get to know how old you are, how much of your time you've used, right? So just if you're feeling old, if you're feeling like, if you're getting down on yourself about aging or feeling old or whatever, I just those are my two tidbits on how to feel young no matter how old you get. So far it's been working for me. I'm in my 30s now. And there are moments throughout the day where I'm like, man, should I not be doing things a certain way anymore? Like have I aged out of my jewelry or my personality or, my creative endeavors? And it's like, well, no. I mean, a lot of people just never stop and just will be older. And then young people are like, wow, that's so cool. I want to, have that kind of passion and drive in life when I get to be that age. And now I'm finally at the age or crossing into that age of people looking at me being like, wow, it's amazing she still does that or whatever, you know. So, but it's cool because it does keep me very young, glowing, and youthful. And maybe um, it's a bad thing in some ways and a good thing in other ways. But um, either way, it's pretty much 420. If you want to smoke some weed, So cheers. Cheers. So cute. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I hear you say it. I don't know who's saying it, but someone's like, oh, so cute. Yeah, until you watch my rat video and you're like, what the fuck? Not so cute anymore. Actually, really quite scary. Kind of grizzly bearish. probably post it to the members forum. It's pretty intense video. It's really funny. I would watch it again. I probably will watch it again because I'm just blown away by my own mascarpone. I don't know if somebody's eating mascarpone cheese, but I don't know why else I would just randomly say mascarpone. That was kind of odd. So at this point, I might go, y'all. It got a little quiet. Started late. It's 4:20 in the goddamn morning. I'm kind of tired. I feel like I could sleep. R.I.P. Jerry Garcia. We decided not to do the dead thing tonight because I was too tired and started late and did tarot earlier. You can book a personal reading anytime. Literally anytime. The booking, I have no other option but to do it like by the hourly appointment. I never do the tarot when you book the time. And then I say, okay, and then it just is whatever. So, um, it's really just for the calendar, the booking. Um, four, there's 4 people. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know. Great stream. It's just a quick little hour one. I needed a stream that was not 5 hours long. Um, Good show. Catch you next one. Don't know when that'll be, but either way, I love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in once more. Check out the new track on my website. And if you want to book your own personal reading, you can find that on the Mystico tab. You can also check out some love readings. They're a couple weeks old, and I'll try to make some YouTube videos coming up soon because I do like to be able to do the individual zodiac sign readings because thank you. Because it's just less interruptions, more direct messages, kind of a quicker workflow for me. Oh, thank you. Roses are kind of my favorite. I love a lot of flowers, but roses have a special place in the symbolism of life for me. So I could say I'm a sucker for American beauties. Um, Great, great. So check out some stuff. What song? Oh, that's funny. Was I singing the song that I was thinking out loud just now? Give me my time. I'm just hearing like Jane's Addiction. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for being here. You're the best. Love y'all so much. I'll be back soon. It certainly does. Sweet dreams, everybody. And I'll see you next time.